What's happening, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to a brand new episode of The Drop, the weekly show that lets you know the hottest games coming out across the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, the PC, the Switch, whatever they might be coming out on, we will talk about them right here. This week we have two pretty big releases, Star Wars Squadrons and Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time, both hitting on the same day, this coming Friday. On top of that, a new free-to-play game called Genshin Impact is coming out on PS4 and PC, as well as mobile devices. And finally, Super Mario Bros. Is celebrating its 35th anniversary with a Tetris 99 style approach to its classic gameplay. Let's talk about these games and more on today's show. To kick things off, Star Wars Squadrons is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and it is compatible with VR. Master the art of starfighter combat and the authentic piloting experience, Star Wars Squadrons. Buckle up and feel the adrenaline of first-person multiplayer space dogfights alongside your squadron. Pilots who enlist will step into the cockpits of starfighters from both the new Republic and Imperial fleets and fight in strategic 5v5 space battles. Modify your starfighter and adjust the composition of your squadron to suit varying playstyles and crush the opposition. Pilots will triumph as a team and complete tactical objectives across known and never-before-seen battlefields, including the gas giant of Yavin Prime and the shattered moon of Gallatin. Take control of your starfighters such as the X-Wing and TIE Fighter. Customize loadouts and cosmetics, divert power between weapons, shields, and engines while immersing yourself in the cockpit. In addition, players will have the option to play the entirety of the game in virtual reality. Learn what it means to be a pilot in a thrilling Star Wars single-player campaign set after the events of Return of the Jedi. Seen from alternating perspectives between two factions, iconic and emerging leaders on both sides are battling for the galaxy. The New Republic fights for freedom, the Empire demands order. We need you to join the galaxy's finest. This is not going to be your Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, or it's not going to be your Star Wars Battlefront 2. This is going to be something unique in and of itself. This is a dogfighting simulator, essentially. Now, of course, it is going to be a very special experience in VR because you are fully immersed in the cockpit of your fighter, and you are just out there actually dogfighting in the Star Wars universe. But if you don't have a VR headset, this is still going to be a fantastic game if you're somebody like me. I adored Battlefront 2, of course the new one and the old one, but when it comes down to it, out of all of the experiences I got in the Battlefront series, I liked the dogfighting the most. There was something very special about flying those machines. So if you've always wanted to be a pilot in the Imperial or New Republic fleet, then by all means you can dive into Star Wars Squadrons when it drops this week on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Next up we have Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One. It's about time for a brand whomping new Crash Bandicoot game. Crash Forward, and they spell it F-O-U-R-W-A-R-D because this is the fourth game, into a time-shattered adventure with your favorite marsupials. Neocortex and Entropy are back at it again and launching an all-out assault on not just this universe, but the entire multiverse. Crash and Coco are here to save the day by reuniting the four quantum masks and bending the rules of reality. New abilities? Check. More playable characters? Yep. Alternate dimensions? Obviously. Ridiculous bosses? For sure. Same awesome sauce? You bet your sweet jorts. Wait, are they actually jorts? Not in this universe. Now you might be thinking, Crash 4, there are way more Crash games than just 3 that should exist right now. You are correct, because they're changing the way they're doing this. So, because of the success of the Crash Insane trilogy that came out a couple of years back, they're just continuing that storyline. So this is actually a sequel to Crash 3 Warped, and the games that came in between that are just kind of being tossed out. Those didn't really happen. What are you talking about? Those games didn't exist. And so now you are just continuing where the trilogy dropped it and picking up where that left off. Just to be clear, this is not a remaster or a remake. This is a game that's been completely rebuilt from the ground up for the newest consoles, at least as of right now. 2 months from now, not going to be the newest consoles, but it's still going to play, obviously. I digress. If you do want to check out a new Crash Bandicoot adventure, it's coming out this week on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Next up, we have Genshin Impact, coming out on PS4, PC, and mobile devices. And let me tell you, not normally a fan of the anime-style games, but this looks a lot like a Breath of the Wild RPG, and on top of that, it's free to play. Step into Teyvat, a vast world teeming with life and flowing with elemental energy. You and your sibling arrived here from another world. Separated by an unknown god, stripped of your powers, and cast into a deep slumber, you now awake to a world very different from when you first arrived. Thus begins your journey across Teyvat to seek answers from the seven, the gods of each element, not to be confused with the seven from The Boys. Along the way, prepare to explore every inch of this wondrous world, join forces with a diverse range of characters, and unravel the countless mysteries that Teyvat holds. And now some bullet points. A massive open world. Climb any mountain, swim across any river, and glide over the world below, taking in the jaw-dropping scenery each step of the way. And if you stop to investigate a wandering Seelie or a strange mechanism, who knows what you might discover. An elemental combat system. Harness the 7 elements to unleash elemental reactions. Anemo, Electro, Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, Dendro, and Geo interact in all sorts of ways, and Vision wielders have the power to turn this to their advantage. Will you vaporize Hydro with Pyro, Electrocharge it with Electro, or freeze it with Cryo? Your mastery of the elements will give you the upper hand in battle and exploration, and of course, beautiful visuals. Feast your eyes on the world around you with a stunning art style, real-time rendering, and finely tuned character animations, delivering you a truly immersive visual experience. Lighting and weather all change naturally over time, bringing every detail of this world to life. And like I said, you have nothing to lose here. It is a free-to-play game that you can install directly from a client on PC. On top of that, it is coming to PS4 and mobile devices as well, but it's a gorgeous looking game. I'm downloading it specifically for the art style and just to see if the gameplay vibes with me, and that's the beauty of the free-to-play games that are becoming more and more popular today. They're not really as gamey or as microtransaction filled as they once were, and you can try out a game just to see if you like it. Who knows, this could be the next one that you spend hundreds of hours in. But if you do want to check out Genshin Impact, again, it's coming out on PS4, PC, and mobile this week. And to round out today's main releases, we have Super Mario Bros. 35 coming out on the Nintendo Switch. It's Super Mario Bros. With a 35-player twist. Race against time, defeat enemies, and sabotage your opponents in an online battle to be the last Mario standing. Classic Super Mario Bros. Gameplay gets an adrenaline boost. Each player is given the same time stage, but you must defeat enemies to earn extra time and attack your components. Don't forget to pick up some coins on your way. They can be used to get in-game items like power-ups. With speed, skill, and strategy, you could be the last Mario standing. And it's only on Nintendo Switch Online. It's a free-to-play download software that's exclusive to Nintendo Switch Online members. So this is basically a celebration of the 35th anniversary of Super Mario that is coming to Nintendo Switch Online. If this sounds like a familiar concept, and if you're checking out the gameplay, it is basically a Mario version of Tetris 99. I don't know how well this one will work because Tetris is very front and focused and very fast-paced gameplay. Super Mario, not really the same style, but if they could do it with Tetris, I don't see why they couldn't do it with Super Mario Bros. So if you want to essentially play a Super Mario Bros. Battle Royale, for some reason, you can check it out on Nintendo Switch Online where it is included with your membership, but you better get it now because it's only available for a limited time. I believe this is one of those strange games that is expiring around next March. Now before we go, we do have a couple of honorable mentions. First off, Non-Guns Doppelganger Edition is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. This is essentially the original Non-Guns rebuilt in Unity with a couple of new modes. Projection First Light is coming out on PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Looks like it's going to be a Limbo-style puzzle platformer. Spelunky 2 is making its way to PC after coming to the PS4 a couple of weeks back. And for the VR fans, The Walking Dead Onslaught is coming to PS4 or PSVR and PC via a VR headset. Not the best looking game, but hey, if you're into The Walking Dead, you might want to give it a look. And that rounds out today's episode of The Drop. If you enjoyed this one, drop me a like down below and let me know what games caught your eye. Is there anything you are picking up this week? I would love to see what you think in the comment section down below. But until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll talk to you soon, and peace.